design. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to add some highly customizable thumbnails. Okay, so now take a look at the markup, guys. Shh. Look at the markup here. You create an unordered list with the class of thumbnails. Each list item will have span, and that's how you can set the sizing on it. So you can have multiple list items. Make sure each of these list items, all the spans add up to 12. So, and then inside, you're going to have a hyperlink with a class of thumbnail and surround the image you want in there. And then you close the list item. Now, that's just the essence of the thumbnails in here. However, we're going to add a little bit more. We're going to do the customizable ones, add some content. So inside of our list item, we're going to add actually a div with a class of thumbnail. And then inside of there, we'll have an image, a header, a paragraph. Close the div. And the main key here is it's the list items that have a class of span 4. We would need 3 list items, so each of those list items count up to 12. So I'm just going to copy the code right from here. Now, do not attempt to copy code don't attempt to copy it in Internet Explorer because, as you remember before, when we tried to copy it that way, it didn't work. And it had all the weird, it had the line numbering and stuff. But if you copy from Chrome, you'll be fine. So we're just going to go ahead and copy it and put it into our 2-column layout. So guys, go to your Bootstrap project, open up 2-column layout. We're just going to stick it in there. You can put it in 3-column and mixed if you want, but this is the place I'm going to look. So I go to the 2-column. And we're going to put it in our main content that has a span of 8, or if yours had a span of 9 or 7, that's where you're going to put it. Go ahead and leave a couple of paragraphs here. So I'm going to just take this last paragraph, I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to paste all my code in there. Now you see what happens when you copy from Google. There's all this weird spacing stuff, so you're going to have to actually go in there and tab it over. And at this point, that's pretty good. Notice we have one list item with a span of 4. It's inside of an unordered list with the class of thumbnails. So every list item needs to add up to 12. So we're going to do that right now. For now, just keep the dummy content here with the thumbnail label and a thumbnail caption as it looks like there. Copy the list item and then paste it. Hit enter, paste it again. Now these have 3 that have a span of 4. So we save it. And let's go to, let's launch it now. Take a look at it. Launch in Chrome. That was pretty easy, just copy and paste, right? Not a big deal. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to change the src for our image. And then we're going to add, I want you guys to add actual content. But let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. Take a look, guys. In my content section, under my paragraphs, I have these thumbnails. Okay? If we were to view this in Internet Explorer, there is a question. Let me answer that in just a moment. Hold on. You lost my window. Okay, I'll get it back. One moment, please. So this is what it looks like in Internet Explorer. You can see that there's supposed to be images there, and Chrome just hides it altogether. So let's go back to our code. Oops, there we go. Hold on. All right, let's take a look at our code. And let's just take a look at it one more time. It's an unordered list, class of thumbnails, plural, and we have the class of span 4. Now let's see something here. I'm going to try something a little different. What if I do a span 3? Or I'll do a span 4, and then I'll do a span 3 offset 1. And a span 3 with an offset of 1. I'm just curious as to, does this work like the rest of them? Hit refresh. It does. See, they still take up the same width overall, but we have a bigger gap in it. I'm not saying you do that. In fact, that looks really bad, but if you wanted to, it works just like the fluid grids. So that probably also means we can do 4 list items with a span of 3. So let's try that out. Of course, your thumbnails are going to need to be smaller once you do that. Save your changes. View it in here. And there you go. So thumbnail. And of course, you see that the content looks a little bit off when the text is that big. So probably your best bet is to do thumbnails of 3, but at least you know you can do it. So I'm going to undo what I just did. Control Z until they all say span 4. Go back.